It's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is a happier man is back with some updates and some news. So the first big update is I sold my beloved 2012 Ford F-150 XLT pickup that I have just loved and adored for 9.5 years, and it was my dream vehicle, and it's bittersweet that I sold it, but it was getting time to make a move. You know, that's an older vehicle with had a lot of miles, had a lot of memorable miles, and so I made a lot of videos in that truck. I drove all over the country, all over my home state, all over the place for 9.5 years, and it gave me tremendous service. And I would say, if you want to be a happier man and it seems right for you, a pickup truck, a full-size half-ton or bigger pickup truck is a fantastic vehicle for a happier man. Now, I will say it enjoys great gas, and the thing that was kind of pushing me out of it was I had moved to a different city 3 or 4 years ago, and the city is smaller, and just everything is tighter than the city I was in. So I wanted a little smaller vehicle that's kind of easier to drive around in, park, the streets and the street parking and some of the stuff that I was kind of missing out in because I had that bigger vehicle. But I still love it. And the memories are sweet in a great vehicle like that. So the news is I bought this vehicle, which is a Lexus GX 470. It's kind of a luxury sport utility vehicle, 4 doors, all-wheel drive. It's an older, in the mid-2000s, so it's quite old with quite a few miles. So I bought it, which I thought was a fairly good deal. I'm hoping that this one gives me lots of service. The Lexus is a Toyota brand. It's supposed to run for many miles, so I think I'll get a lot of life out of this. I would hope to think I would get a similar service 8, 9, 10 years out of it, and by that time, who knows what we'll doing 10 years from now for vehicles. But in the meanwhile, this is very nice. It's very comfortable. It's very easy to drive. It's apparently it's unstoppable in the winter. It's great for off-roading. It's beautiful on the outside, I think. And it's one of the reasons I love my truck so much. It was just absolutely gorgeous to look at. And this one is too. Because it's a little smaller, and it's not quite as beautiful as a pickup truck, but it's close. Now, this particular model is very tall. It's got tremendous headroom. It sits high on the road, so it's easy to see, which I like. I think that's a much comfortable. It sits similar to my truck, very comfortable. I haven't taken it on an across the country trip yet, probably next summer. So maybe I'll report in then with the comfort level for all day driving. But so far, so good on the drivability. And the ease and maneuverability, it's a fairly big vehicle, but it's narrower than a truck and shorter, and it's got a tremendous turning radius, so it's real easy in a city driving, and I spend most of my time in the city, although right now I'm out on the freeway going to do some things in my old city, so I do have to get out on the freeway, but for city driving, it's pretty nice. And then that's 2 updates. The third update, of course, with the truck, I had a special mount for my phone, and in the meanwhile, that went with the truck, and I bought a different mount for my phone, and I'm hoping that this one works for me. So far, hope it doesn't fall off. right? A little different spin on the holding of the phone while I'm driving, because I do find that my thoughts go pretty well, I think, better when I'm driving like this and talking to you, trying to give you some happier man insights. Another big news is I'm planning another big trip. As I talked about earlier, I went on a huge road trip last June, out west to various western states, Colorado, Wyoming mostly, and I'm taking an international trip in a few weeks. So I'm really looking forward to this trip. I'm hoping to have the time of my life. It's a full 2 weeks. It's a full 1 day on the plane, and then nearly 2 weeks there, and a week on the way back, a day on the way back. So stay tuned for more news about my happiness and adventures on that. So those are kind of the main updates. We've been having a tremendously wonderful weather here where I'm at in the Midwest. It's October 27th as I'm speaking. The weather has been absolutely delightful. And so part of the reason I'm taking this trip is just to a tropical location, is just to extend my summer. I normally think of summer from May 1st to October 31st, and it's proved me right with this beautiful weather. Now, certainly in October and May, you're probably not going to be swimming that much, but the weather can still be nice for you to enjoy the outdoors. So I'm going to a tropical location in November to kind of extend my summer and have an epic time. And that's maybe the biggest thing is I just keep pushing forward for a good time, for my happiness, doing whatever I need to do and want to do for my happiness. And I think you'll find that if you can get into that, what do you want to do, and then start planning out how you're going to accomplish that. First you start out with the end in mind. What is it that you want? And then start working your way backwards with the goal planning. Well, how might I get there, right? And how might I get there? And I've done that. So this trip is 6 years in the making. It's, for one reason or another, it didn't work out until now, but now it's going to work out. The plane tickets are bought. The hotel rooms are booked. The way to get to the airport is figured out. The transportation from the airport to my first hotel is booked. I have the money to do the trip, and I have the time off at work. So again, those are your happier man updates for today. Have a good day. Bye for now.